Level 2 certificate in gym instructing, and it's the LAP, so the Learner Achievement Portfolio, which we quite often refer to as the LAP. So if we ever speak to you about a LAP, this is what we mean. So within this portfolio, you obviously have a contents, and then page 3 we come to here. So obviously your portfolios are all editable, so you can go in and you can fill them out, which is very important because they contain all of your worksheets and assessments. Page 3 is where you need to start. So the center name is the fitness movement, and then obviously your name here as well. Now, one of the first things that you need to do when you first start your course is to put in some planned assessment dates down here. The rest of these other 3 boxes are for ourselves when we're marking, but you need to put in planned assessment dates. Now, what a planned assessment date does is that it creates a timeline for when you would like to complete work. It lets us know what kind of timeline you're working towards and create structure for the course. And it allows us to keep you accountable as well. So we can have a look on here, see what date you're working towards, and obviously we can then speak to you about that. Now, these dates aren't set in stone, so if you decide that you want to get your anatomy and physiology done by the 1st of March and it's the 10th of March and you've still not done it, don't panic, it doesn't matter. It's just a rough guide to give yourself a timeline and also ourselves an idea of when you would like to complete it. So the first thing you need to do is put dates in here for us when you first start your course, and then send this back to us so we can see what you are working towards, okay? And that carries on down here as well. Now, learner's agreement, so you need to read this part. You need to name this, sign it, and date it. That's very important. We cannot submit this without that. The rest of this is for assessors. And then you come to your first worksheet. So the first worksheet is the Professionalism and Customer Care for Fitness Instructors unit. So the way this works is that in your e-learning, on the e-learning platform, you will have this unit of learning on there. So you click on that unit, you do your learning via the e-learning platform, make your notes, watch the videos, however you learn best. Everybody is different. And then you will come to this page in your lap and you will start to answer the questions in this worksheet for this unit, okay? So as we scroll down, you can see all of the questions that make up the worksheet for this unit, of which there are 15. Once you have filled this out, feel free to send this off to your tutor, and your tutor can mark this out of 49, give you your feedback, and send it back to you, okay? You then move on to the assignment for the same unit. So there's a training needs analysis, a SWOT analysis, and a development plan, which are all here. So training needs analysis, which is essentially just a tick box exercise. And again, make sure your name and your date are there. Then you move on to your SWOT analysis, and then you move on to your personal and professional development plan. Now, just remember that if there are 4 boxes coming down here, that means that we are looking for 4 answers for you to get full marks, okay? So try and make sure that all of these are filled in. Again, we will mark it when you send it back to us, give you your feedback, and send it back to you. Now, this is the same for the next unit, so we move on here to the health and safety unit. This will be in your e-learning. Once you've done your learning, you come to your lab and you fill out the worksheet for the health and safety unit. You fill out the assignment for the health and safety unit, and you send it back to us. Now, one of the common questions we have with this assignment for the health and safety is that this picture isn't completely clear, okay? So all I will say about this picture is that this is the power cable, and if you look just here, you can see that the power cable is got a fray in it, okay? It's frayed. So you would not be wanting to plug in a damaged cable, okay? And that's as much as we can say, okay? So fill this in, send it back to us. Again, we mark it, we provide your feedback, and we send it back to you. And then you move on to the final unit, the conducting client consultations. Again, there's a worksheet. Now, with this Eat Well guide, if for whatever reason you can't edit this on here, we do have this in a separate page that we can send you to edit. You fill in this worksheet. We'll mark it and send it back to you with feedback. The assignment for the client consultations is a health promotion poster. Now, the health promotion poster, you do not do this in the lap. You do this in a separate document, usually in Word or something that you can make a poster in, and you attach that to an email and send it back to us, and we will mark it in here. Okay, now these marking criteria is for everything. Okay, so everything you do that isn't a worksheet, there is a marking criteria, and it's good to have a read through these because this is what we will base our marking on. So if you know that you have put all of these things within the assignment that you're being asked to do, you know that you will get good marks. Okay, we will then obviously provide feedback and send it back to you. And then from there, you are moving on to your practical consultation and your practical delivery for this qualification. Okay, so again, this is for us because this is what we will mark your consultation on, and this is what we will mark your session planning on, and this is what we will mark your actual practical observation on. Okay, but it's very good for you to read through these because you will see what we are looking for when we come to mark it. Okay, so if you know that you have done all of these things, again, you know that you will pass and hopefully get good marks. Okay, but what I suggest is that you read through the e-learning for all units, then you visit your lab and you do the assignments and the worksheets, and then when you get to the stage of client consultations and delivering practical sessions, you sit down with your tutor, you have a tutorial, and we discuss how you do this. Okay, this video is just purely to show you through this lap and to show you how we mark it and what parts you need to fill in. Okay, at the end is a self-evaluation. This is filled out after your practical assessment. Okay, as soon as you've done your practical assessment, your assessor will ask you to sit down and fill out your self-evaluation. So that is the final part. You get that done. Again, we mark it and we give you feedback, and then we come to the end of the lab. Okay, so obviously if you have any questions, contact your tutor, but that is your level 2 learner achievement portfolio.